of genders. It's a spectrum. It exists. There is no set number. You've asserted the premise that we are required to use the pronouns that are preferred by the individual. We have no idea how many pronouns there are. We can never know how many pronouns there are.
True.
And to not use a proper pronoun is an act of violence against them. Did you ask my pronouns before you sat down?
No, I didn't ask your pronouns because
Why?
I haven't referred to you with pronouns.
You didn't ask my pronouns, though. You just said you can ask.
Yeah, you can ask. What are your pronouns?
But you didn't ask.
What are your pronouns?
You just talked about me being privileged. You understand? No one goes around asking pronouns before they speak with people.
I asked you
and so
how
to
you
ask of a
identify yourself.
restructuring of society
I did ask you how you
based on a
identify
number
yourself.
that's
Did I
not
that?
tangible
That's actually-
with gender versus sex is something that is
Did I
incredibly
not-
corrosive.
Did I not ask you how you identify yourself?
No, I don't believe so.
Yes, I did. I did actually. You said you
yeah, I
identify
think
as
so.
male, and that would.
After the conversation, sure, okay, well,
Oh, yeah,
let's
she
say that,
did,
sure.
she
So we
did,
need to
she
ask
did ask
pronouns
him.
before every person.
Yeah.
And if we don't use those
If you-
pronouns,
yeah,
how many pronouns are there?
they're. It's the same kind of
You
thing.
see,
There aren't like a
sorry, what'd you-
limited
This
number.
question, I see where he's getting at, because he kept on asking her how many pronouns are there, because he knows damn well she does not know, because in reality, there can be infinite pronouns. Somebody can come out and be like, yo, I want to be called this, I want to be called this, I want to be called that, I want to be called that. It's like, it's infinite. Like, anybody can make up their own word nowadays and want to be called that. So it's like, if you go ahead and ask somebody who classified as non-binary and you ask them how many pronouns are there, they're not gonna be able to tell you, because the only thing they're gonna be able to tell you is that there is not a number, because there are multiple people who have multiple words that they want to be called. So it's like there's not a number on it, really. But it's just crazy how you can make your own word now, and or you can make your own verb. People can call you that, but hey, that's life, I guess.
So people can see the sign. Would it be okay if you just step aside for just a second there?
There's
We
not a
also have a
limited
camera
number of
going.
pronouns.
Thank you very much. There's no limited number of pronouns.
No, I would
But if
say
someone-
the typical ones are she, her, hers, him, his, her, his.
Okay.
Sorry, him, he, him, his, and they, them, theirs. Those are
They,
the
them,
typical
their.
number of pronouns. We usually use 3.
Okay. So
Wait, so how does it work? Like, I'm just asking a question. I don't know how it works, but like, if somebody classified themselves as they, does that mean, like, since the word they means 2 people, obviously, they say, yo, call me they. Does that mean, I'm just saying, does that mean if they go to a store, right? They go to a store, they go buy something, does that mean they have to pay double now? Because they classify as they? Hey, listen. I'm just saying, bro. Let's say, I'm just saying, does that mean they have to pay double? Like, let's say if the thing costs $7, does that mean they have to pay $14? Because it's they. It's not he, she. It's they. So that means they have to pay. Yeah, they have to pay. I'm just saying. So is it like that? Like, I don't know. If any of you guys know, just let me know in the comment section, and I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying if it's like that or if it's not. So if it's not, just correct me and let me know. You feel me? Yeah.
Again, the goal is here to change. I'm open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, I'm open to new ideas. Just let me know. If I said something wrong, just let me know. And in the future, I won't have no problem with anybody. You feel me? We all want peace.
Boy, if you don't get
Set
Yeah.
a different kind of space around us. No one's being accosted here. We're just having a conversation.
There's no question of accosting. We're just trying to like bring the conversation so that it's not like a kind of like a separate stage spectacle kind of deal. So like we're all in conversation around, and we can like engage with your sign. And
Sure, I appreciate it, but it's not though. It's a conversation between 2 willing participants right
I
now,
would be
and I
okay
will
with
go.
other people talking as well, though.
I'm not. I don't consent. So,
this is your setup, and we're supposed to just follow your rules. And this.
yes, when one is invited and
But you heard what she said? This is your setup. We're supposed to follow your rules. And it's the exact same thing. You guys said you guys want us to call you that? And you see the oh my god, you see the double standard, bro? The double standard is crazy. It is crazy. They are contradicting themselves without even realizing it, bro. But let's keep going, man.
proper permissions, and I've
It's
said,
an open campus, a college campus.
Sure, it's an open
We
campus.
can actually do whatever we want.
You can do whatever you want. You can protest, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to be engaging in conversation with the crowd.
Doesn't necessarily have to be my rules.
What's your name?
No, that's not incorrect.
I'm a student
But
on
I would love to continue my conversation here. So when we talk about gender and sex, right? This is a very new idea. You said in Western society.
It's not a new idea.
Really?
No, it's not a
So
new
when
idea.
did gender theory start? When did gender and sex become separate?
Well, they're actually, it's not necessarily the idea of gender theory. It's the idea that there have been different genders outside of man, woman for centuries.
Okay, how so?
Yeah. India. Yeah.
India.
In
Sure.
India, you know, they have third gender. Native American cultures, they have third genders.
Sure.
In ancient Egypt, they had third genders.
Okay.
You know, so it's a very Western idea to say that there are only two genders and that this whole thing is a new idea changing our
Well,
culture,
you know what else is
changing
a very
our
Western
society.
idea? So it seems to me your presupposition there, correct me if I'm wrong, is that because other cultures have done this, there's a precedent.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that
Well,
we're
you do-
hermetically sealed in any way.
So you do realize, and you talked about how very different it was from Western culture. So antithetical to Western culture, you named India, ancient Egypt. You know what else? We also believe in that's antithetical to those cultures. We're against slavery.
What?
that just-
I'm sorry. I'm really confused as to why you brought slavery to a discussion about gender.
I would love to bring it up.
Yeah, that's kind of a
My
red
point
flag
is,
on your
because your
part.
premise is because it's found in other societies, therefore it's okay. Or it is to be good. My point
I
is
don't
there are
see how
plenty
it's
of other
harmful.
practices. Well, I'm trying to get to why I believe it's
Yeah.
harmful, and you're explaining why you don't. But the point is, if something was practiced in another society, and it was harmful in another society, and we agree that it's harmful, for example, we both agree that slavery was harmful. We both agree that maybe cannibalism is harmful. You can find these practices in societies. My point is, it's not a valid argument to simply say it's been found in other societies if that practice is harmful. So it comes down to the idea of, is it productive or harmful for us to separate the idea of sex and gender?
Other on a form, like you said, the ramifications for that is legal.
Yeah.
So that's the question.
so,
Other societies have done harmful things. I think
yeah,
we can agree
but
that
I
doesn't
don't-
necessarily mean
Bro,
that it's
look how many
okay.
people is around him, bro. Oh my god. Yo. Bro. Just because they think just because this man, excuse my language, I'm trying to, you feel me? I don't want to swear. I don't like swearing, but just because this man want to know more about how many genders are there, because he believes there's two, and he's open to opinions, and he's open to, you know what I'm saying, have his mind change and everything. But look how many people is around him, bro. And I know for a fact these people that are standing around him is there because they want to argue, because they want to change his mind, because that sign said there are only two genders, and they want to come here and say there are multiple genders. And look how many people, bro. Look how many people. That's just crazy. And it's really a beautiful thing. I'm saying, listen, it's a beautiful thing. You'll see how just one set group of people have their heads together and be able to communicate, and to bring this much people in 20 minutes. This is a world record, people. This is crazy. This is the fastest time I've seen a place filled up with people in a video or in person. But that's just crazy. It was filled like in 10 minutes going into the video, bro. Everybody was surrounding him. That's just crazy.
Someone's identity makes that harmful. I don't understand. I don't agree with you comparing gender identity to cannibalism or slavery. That seems pretty offensive.
I know, it seems you
Yeah,
think a lot
it's
of what I've
pretty
said is offensive.
offensive, yeah.
You've been set up here from the get-go for it to be offensive, and I'm not trying to offend. Let me re-explain what it is. Take any practice, okay? Take the practice of neck stretching, for example, which is not harmful, okay?
It is harmful, actually.
Okay, well, some people don't think it's harmful. They don't think it's harmful in these societies. Take any practice that's relatively benign that
this
we
is
believe
crazy.
to be harmful that they don't
Like,
believe to
you
be
guys like
harmful.
my hair? You feel me?
The point is, just because another society at one point has practiced it doesn't make it correct. Can we agree on that?
I'm sorry. I think you're making really false comparisons.
No, I'm not.
I do. I think you're
Can we
making false
agree? Can we
comparisons.
agree? Because listen, there are also many societies the other way, right, who've only ever recognized two genders, two
Yeah,
sexes.
but that doesn't mean
That's
that
most.
other genders don't exist.
That's most. So you're implying that those societies were wrong.
I'm implying that they have their
How
other
many people
societal
there?
standards.
It's crazy.
Right.
Societal standards are based
crazy.
off of a lot of things. It's
Crazy,
very
bro. That
intersectional.
shit crazy.
What we decide to accept in society. So if you're going to say, well, because you're
So
making,
society can be
essentially
wrong.
making the same argument. Yeah, society
Yes,
can be wrong.
exactly.
Society was wrong about gay marriage. You know,
Sure.
I think people are wrong saying that, you know, gay marriage, being gay is unnatural and being gay is a crime.
Okay.
That's society being
Oh,
wrong.
what?
But
It's
you know
a
what?
crime now?
We
I
adapt
don't
to
know. I mean,
modern
some,
times,
yeah.
and I think that we need
I
to
mean,
do-
some countries do think that gay marriage is a crime. But yeah, but here in the United States, yeah, it's not a crime. You can be married to anything really, anyone you want, and all these things. Yeah, I didn't know it was a. I mean, I didn't know it was a crime to be gay. Is it? It might be a crime in certain countries to have a gay marriage, but not not just being gay. I don't think so. Is that what she said? I don't know.
Compared us to ancient Egypt and India as though that was a valid argument for convincing me why
in
they
India,
have more.
this isn't an ancient practice. This is still going on.
Sure.
In other countries, this is still
But
going
you
on.
just said it's not fair to use other societal comparisons.
I'm
because we
saying
adapt.
it's not fair to
You're
compare
the one who
gender
did
to
it.
slavery.
No. I'm trying to get to the
That's
premise of the
literally
argument.
what I
I'm
said,
trying to
is
get to
you
the
can't
premise.
compare gender to
I'm trying to get to the
slavery.
premise of your argument here, okay?
The premise
and I'm
of
trying
my
to keep this as very
argument-
respectful as possible. How is the law different? It is the societal standard legally.
Oh, legally, yeah.
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 Let's stay
So-
within those parameters.
Okay, sure. So, in there's other countries that are considered Western that would recognize a third gender.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
So why not?
So how many genders are there? It comes back to if we're going to change this.
After Crowder made negative statements about Fox News.
So we are.
Yo, you heard that?
Sitting here talking about gender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
this is a modern theory in the United States, right? Sex and gender are interchangeable.
Oh my
So I'm
God,
going to
bro.
finish one sentence here,
This
okay?
shit
I
crazy,
appreciate
bro.
that. You've been very privileged in speaking over me.
I
I'm
bet
not
if they could
convinced,
have
right?
this
The job
man,
here is
I'm
to sit down
telling
and
you,
change
bro,
my
if
mind.
they
I think
could
it's
have
very
this
productive
man
for you to do with other
canceled,
people on
bro.
campus. I don't
But
think
I'm
this is a way to
surprised
change
this man is
somebody's
not
mind.
canceled. That shit was.
mind change.
This thing was.
I have had my mind
Excuse
changed.
my language.
Well, instead
This
of
thing was
assuming that,
5 years
how
ago.
about actively
4
trying to
years
change
ago.
it?
I don't know. 4 years,
So
5
my
years ago.
point is, you mentioned that it's non-binary, but you haven't given me a number of genders and how we restructure society. You've merely pointed out that it's an act of violence to use an improper pronoun. See, I think that would have, you just talked about a societal standard.
Intentionally using the wrong pronouns. So if you ask someone their pronouns, or they would correct you and say, no, sorry, these are my correct pronouns, and you continue to disrespect them, you have to understand how much that puts a trans person at risk.
Yeah.
So does that person go to get arrested for using the wrong pronoun, or like it's an act of violence?
Act of violence, I don't, and I know that you like to say that an act of violence means that it's legally a crime.
It is.
That's not how I'm defining an act of violence.
It doesn't
Then
matter how you
choose a
define an act of
different word,
violence.
bro.
This is the thing, we have to have
It
legal
doesn't matter
definitions.
how you
See, this is
define
the
an act
thing,
of violence.
bro. If you saying, like, well, if you say that that's not how you define an act of violence in your own eyes, then choose a different way to say it. Because when you come out and say it is an act of violence, that anybody who's smart or who's not even smart, who knows this stuff, like anybody who's not stupid, would know that an act of violence means it's a legal crime, bro. Legally, it's a crime, bro. If you're gonna say something that you have different meaning to it, then say it in a different way, like, cause now she's making it more difficult for her. If you're gonna say something that people, like majority of people know the same meaning of it, and you have your own definition, your own meaning for it, you're gonna have to change the wording a little bit. That would make her life way much easier. Not her life, but like her argument.